Cuckoos podcast. Three Cuckoos podcast. Three Cuckoos podcast. Three Cuckoos podcast.
Hello and welcome to this week's Three Cuckoos Talks Better Call Saul, episode 2 of season 3. This is called Witness. My name is Rob. This is Mark.
Hello.
And if you're watching this, hit like, subscribe, share it, send your comments, everything. We want to know your opinions. So obviously we're not together this week, by the way. I'm here and Mark's down there somewhere.
I'm in the studio. Rob's at home.
It's experimental.
The studio.
He's in the studio.
Cuckoo Towers.
It actually looks like we're kind of in the same room anyway.
Only because you've both got magnolia walls.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
haven't got green curtains though. Look.
Blends in.
It's a nice check of mine.
Turquoise. Oh yeah, they're nice. So where did we start with this one? Do you know where we started, actually?
Please tell me. The one in the black and white. No, the one.
And I really miss the black and white. I love the old black and white and knowing where Saul is now.
Yeah.
Or Jimmy McGill. I like to know where he is now. And the Cinnabon thing works for me.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
I like it.
And obviously he fainted in the last one as well, didn't he? So I wanted to know what had gone on there. We didn't get to know that. The whole Mike thing is far too important to these.
I wonder how much. I often wonder now. Are they going to span Breaking Bad?
What you mean they're going to interlink it, or are they just going to stop where that starts, if you like?
Or are they going to do it before Breaking Bad, during Breaking Bad, and what happened to him after? Because bear in mind, we don't know what happened. We know what happened to Mike.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened to Saul Goodman, did we?
No, we don't. And it's teasing us. The black and white bits are teasing you, aren't they? What's happened to Saul, Better, Jimmy McGill, obviously.
Yeah.
But we just don't know. We've no idea.
Nope.
So I was thinking that today, actually, Mark. Yeah, you've got the question there is what are they going to do, really? How far are they going to take it? So obviously this was one for the fanboys, wasn't it, really, this episode?
I think so, yeah. They teased it for ages as well.
And it built so well as well. So we joined this episode where we left off. Obviously, Mike has set a trap, a little tracking device, and he's on the run. He's on the hunt. And he's just tracking, isn't he? Yeah. So he's sat outside places. He's sat outside different buildings. He's just watching people. And he plays it so well. And he doesn't even have to talk.
He don't say anything.
And it's really well lit. And it's all dark and it's moody. And it just kind of, that's him. It's all dark and gloomy. That's Mike.
Yeah.
That's his persona. I thought it was brilliant. I loved all that kind of just watching and waiting. He does it so well.
So he followed that guy who met up with a few more guys.
Hmm?
Then he drove out to the middle of nowhere and we're doing something in this little tunnel thing.
Yeah, well, he thought he'd lost the guy, didn't he, for a start? And then it turned out he was underneath him.
Yeah. I don't know what he picked up. I'm surprised he didn't go and look. Or was it the bag he picked up from there?
Yeah, I think it was. I think he was picking up a drop, wasn't he? And then obviously the main part of it was he was sat outside.
I love the bit where, all you could see with the horizon and the heat coming off it. And then he just gets out of the car, but you can't see the car. You just see him appear out of the heat haze. Brilliant.
It was. I love all those kind of shots.
Love him.
So obviously there is a shot of Mike in his car. Obviously we've seen that quite a lot during this episode. And he's watching. And this car obviously does something and then drives away. And he's thinking, all right, okay. So Mike obviously goes to follow and the music's building and building and building and building. And as the camera pans out,
well, you see the bloke goes into the restaurant.
He does, yeah.
Walks around in the restaurant. All you can see is Mike. They've cleverly done it so the top of his car cuts off the sign of the restaurant, so you don't know where it is. We all know where it is because we all watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He still can't see it. He comes out of the restaurant. He gets in the car. He drives away. Mike's watching him in the rearview mirror. He still can't see. Then he turns the car around and drives away. And as he drives away, it pans right out. And the music's building. And where was he, Rob?
Los Polos Hermanos. Loved it.
The Chicken Brothers.
Absolutely loved that scene. I thought it was fantastic. And then it kind of gives us a break, doesn't it? It goes back to Jimmy McGill. He's doing something with his walls. He's putting a big WM on there.
it?
Yeah. which was very well done, actually. I thought it was expertly done, can I say?
It was.
And they're interviewing, aren't they?
Yep. For a paralegal.
So there's a lady who comes in and she's up for the job and he's turning on his charm. And he's sat in a rocking chair, isn't he, Mark?
I
in
love
the next
that.
scene,
I love that.
You see, she was instantly likeable, that character, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I know she was being lovely and nice, and he was just like, I've got something to do.
Yeah.
I need to be somewhere in, like, what did he say, 11 minutes?
Yeah.
This advert's going to run in 11 minutes, and I need someone on those phones.
It's just the fact that, like, Kim was being so, like, professional and trying to ask questions, and he's just like...
Asking nonsense questions as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
About how the Mexicans deal with their car things, and it was funny. So obviously then he gets her on the phones and they start ringing straight away because his advert's aired, and he's telling her to say things, and she's changing her whole technique and her whole mannerisms, and I thought she was really good at that.
Yeah, she was. She was really good. It was really funny. The whole episode was really funny, but that bit was brilliant.
She went very Fargo, didn't she?
Cracker Barrel.
As soon as she mentioned Cracker Barrel, she went into this kind of Fargo accent.
Yeah.
Which I thought was excellent.
Yeah, it was.
So it is very much light and shade, but then obviously in this episode, we get a call from Mike in the offices, don't we?
The way she's like, I don't think this bloke wants to talk about Cracker Barrel.
He's just ruined everybody's day in an instant. So he says he'll take the call. But Jimmy loves all these kind of little chasers, doesn't he?
Yep.
So he's bang up for this.
Oh, yeah.
All you've got to do is go into the restaurant. There's a guy going to pull up in a green, what was it, a Chevy?
Something or other, yeah. I like the way that it set it up so that you saw Saul pulling into the car park and getting out of his car while Mike's talking to him before. And that was really, really... I don't know why, but that was really good. And as he's going into the restaurant, you can hear Mike telling him what he's supposed to do before. I thought that was really cleverly done. I just really liked that. Really liked it.
And then obviously he's got to go in. He's got to see, obviously, this guy who's going to come in with a knapsack, I think they called it.
The bit where he's in that restaurant is so awkward.
And
he stands out like a sore thumb. He's just looking round. It was brilliant.
Well, he does, but he's so good at that, isn't he? So he knows he's got to get a better vantage point.
No, he wasn't good at it at all. He was terrible.
So he goes up to the stand, doesn't he? And he's putting loads of sugar in his coffee.
Well, not just that. And then he just dropped a whole packet in with the paper as well. It's a bit, and then he sits down and he tastes it, and it's awful.
Yeah.
He's put like 5. It's like that. Oh,
yeah, it was disgusting, wasn't
it?
Brilliant. But obviously, then you get the whole what's happened. Something's happened, and obviously, while this is going on, there's a gentleman in the background,
just cleaning up,
and he's just cleaning up. But obviously, as a Breaking Bad fan, as a fanboy, we know exactly what it is. It's Mr. Fring, isn't it? It's Gus.
Yeah, look, it's there.
Yeah. In his yellow shirt.
Gustavo.
Now, obviously, he's cleaning the foyer and stuff, isn't he? Yeah. The dining area.
Yeah.
And the guy, he doesn't leave anything. Nope. Doesn't leave anything behind, but he has put something in the bin. Or, well...
He put his rubbish in the bin.
Put his rubbish in the bin, yeah. So Jimmy is a bit on that side anyway, so he figures, well, whatever he's done, he's obviously left it in the bin. So he goes... Now, I thought this was really clever by Jimmy, actually, where he must have just taken his watch off, but he's almost in the bin.
It was waist into the bin. It was up to his waist in the bin.
The whole thing's moving.
A McDonald's bin. And he's like virtually inside it.
It wasn't quiet either. There was loads of people in there. So then obviously Gus goes, can I help you? And he's stuck, isn't he, momentarily? He's stuck in the bin. But unbeknownst to me, he's taking his watch off, which I thought was really clever. No, I didn't really.
He just pulled it off as he was coming out. As he was pulling his hands out, he just did that, yeah.
Yeah, clever. Well done, Jimmy.
Yeah, well done, Jimmy.
So, yeah, obviously Gus, the epitome of customer service, unlocks the little bin for him. Oh, allow me, sir. No worries. And he's looking around, and he's still looking, isn't he? Because he's no idea who he's talking to. He's absolutely no idea who he's dealing with. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And nothing sinister. Can I wipe that off for you, sir? Here's your watch. but I can't let you wear that because it's been in worse places. Don't worry about that. So he gets his watch, goes and reports to Mike. Look, nothing's happened. I went in, he came in, nothing at all. Nothing's happened.
It was a bit daring. He ordered the extra salsa.
Yeah, he did. And it was just great to see him again. As much as I hated Gus as a character, I mean, you were meant to for a start, and I hated him. It was like the governor in The Walking Dead for me. It was like that. I hated the guy. Couldn't wait to see him die. Possibly one of the greatest deaths I've ever seen as well on TV. I thought it was fantastic. But yeah, fantastic to see him back.
Probably the first of many. Well, not the first, because obviously we've already had
Well, we've still got, haven't we, in the background?
Hector.
Yeah, we've still got Hector Salamanca. He's not in the chair yet, so I can't wait to see where that's going.
Cuckoos already been in it, hasn't he?
Yeah, Tuco's been in it, threatening photographers.
That's right.
No, filmmakers, wasn't he?
Right,
yeah. So obviously, where do we go from then? Obviously, Jimmy wants to go, doesn't he? He's like, let's go give chase. Are we not going to follow anybody? Come on, guys. I've got my morning free.
Yeah.
I've rescheduled everything. And then he goes back to, obviously, the offices, doesn't he?
Yeah. Because he's got a lot of old women to deal with. And the wills.
He has, because that advert's run, and he's getting a lot of business off it, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he talks to him till they're blue in the face. I don't know how long these people have got to wait in his waiting room. Hours. They must be there for ages.
Yeah.
Going through photos with with him and everything. It's a nightmare. Don't you like how Kim kind of looks at him, Rhea Seaborn's character? She kind of looks at him really kind of, oh, bless him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing proper work in here.
Yeah.
And he's writing out wills and talking to old girls.
Yeah.
I think she gives him this look as if to say that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, because she thinks he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
He's doing it legit by the book, which is what she wants him to do. And what she's always wanted him to do.
And she already knows what he's done.
She doesn't know what he's done. Because he said to her... No, he said to her, you know that thing that you said if I did, that I didn't... What shouldn't tell you about? Well, that's what I did. So she doesn't actually know what he did, technically, I don't think.
Well, in this episode, because obviously Ernesto comes in his crazy souped-up car. I mean, who the hell?
Obviously paid well.
But he is not like the driver of that. Do you know what I mean? He's not. It's like, who the hell is this?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's a quivering wreck, isn't he? He's absolutely scared to death of HHM and everybody in it. And Chuck's just a nightmare at the minute anyway.
Ugh.
Can you imagine being in Chuck's house, watching and just being there with him? And he's turning the lights
Who was that
off.
guy?
Can't even play patience, can you? Well, he's like a security guard. He's like a bodyguard.
Is that
because
who he
he's
is?
convinced that Jimmy's going to burst in.
I never caught on to that, who he was.
Yeah,
There was
he's
just a guy
convinced.
playing cards in Chuck's house.
In the dark, sat doing nothing. You can't even play on your phone because he's got this weird thing going on.
I never figured it out who he was, but it must have been his
Yeah.
personal security guard.
Really polite as well, wasn't
He
he?
was very polite.
Really polite. So obviously, yeah, all that's going on right at the start of the episode. That he's convinced that he's going to burgle him in the middle of the night because he's going to find out about this tape. So obviously, Ernesto's come in, scared for his life, don't even want to ring to see, can you come outside and talk to me? Don't even want to come in. But he breaks the news, doesn't he? Breaks the news to Kim.
Yeah.
But he said, didn't he, when he played the recording, he heard something about the 165 had been changed to 156 or something like that.
Yeah.
16 had been changed to 61.
Yeah.
And they said that during the thing, so she must know. I'm sure he's told her.
So. Yeah, she must know. I guess so.
So obviously then Jimmy is hiding it really well. He hides it really, really well. And she's saying, are you okay? And he's going, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. And he's strategically peeling off his masking tape.
Like his brother showed him.
I know, yeah. That rattled me a little bit. I thought he was better than that. Just rip it off. Just rip it off, Jimmy. And he did, didn't
like
he?
His brother showed him. Well, he did in the end. He was so annoyed. And he
Did
storms
made a
out of the
rat mess of
office.
Was that the best bit of the episode for me, where he storms out of the office?
No. The best
Was
bit.
it not?
The best bit was when he was in Los Polos Hermanos. That was the best bit. It was brilliant. It was
It was
brilliant.
fantastic.
The whole thing when he's looking for the guy and he's sat so awkward, and then the coffee, and then he moved seats 3 times to be nearer the guy. And
Do
then
you
the
not
bin,
just
brilliant. Love it.
now? I'm not a Chuck lover.
No.
I don't like the character at all, and you're not meant to like the character.
No.
But it just it's winding me off the scale now. And all this time I've wanted Jimmy just to snap and go crazy and like shake him basically. So when he turns up, and the great thing about the scene was he's telling, what's his name from HHM? What's his
I
name?
don't remember his name.
I can't either.
It's a H.
And he goes in, doesn't he? And he's telling him, look, he will come in the middle of the night. There is no way he's going to rock up and knock on the door.
Yeah.
And you hear the car roar up and screech to a halt out of shot. And then obviously he's banging on the door, and he eventually just kicks the door in, and he's screaming at him. He is screaming at him.
Yeah.
All this stuff about you and power and things like that. And he's just going crazy. I thought it was brilliant.
It was.
It's been far too long coming.
Yeah, but he's got him now. He's got him banged to rights now.
But has he though? Because he snapped the tape, didn't he? He's obviously made loads of copies because that's just what he's like.
Well, he won't have done, because he won't touch it, will he? 'Cause it's electrical.
But then, well, no, he'll have got the other guy to make him, won't he? After he'd done his garden hopping to even get to Chuck's house. Now, he snapped the tape, but then they've seen Jimmy almost, not assault him, but he's just come in and he's gone crazy. And Jimmy completely backed down, didn't he? Like he was totally ashamed of what he'd done. And I don't know why, because he had every right to do that. Because it's a family thing.
Because
it's not.
I think it was because he knew that Chuck had it got him. Hook, line and sinker, he'd done him again. He pretended that he'd gone mad and he'd stuck all the stuff up all over the walls. And Jimmy felt sorry for him and told him everything that happened, so he recorded him. Do you know what I mean? And he was only pretending, and he got Jimmy hook, line and sinker. And Jimmy realised that he fell for it, and that was the reaction that Chuck was after.
I don't think he was too sure either if he'd give the tape up to the other partners of HHM so quickly. And obviously when they turned around and said, we're here, we've witnessed it, that obviously was, he has told everybody. He's told everybody. So I think he was just doubly devastated, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, totally.
He can't do anything right.
Nope.
So I don't know where it's going to go from there in terms of Jimmy McGill. I can't wait to see where Mike's character's going.
Yeah.
And I thought the whole way it was shot.
Well, we know where Mike ends up, sort of, don't we? He ends up working for Gustavo
Exactly.
Fring.
Yeah, the scary thing is, what
like
is Gus going to do to Mike? Because Mike is a hard ass.
Yeah.
He's not a guy that's just going to turn around.
He's not
so what
stupid either, though, is he?
No, exactly. So what's Gus going to do to Mike that's going to make Mike turn around and go...
What's the relationship between Gus and Hector? Are they opposites?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
You see, so is that... He obviously wanted to kill Hector because Hector was the one who threatened his granddaughter. So does Mike start working for Gus because they're opposites?
Does Gus take care of
Mike,
Hector?
Basically, Gus and Mike are on the same side. Do you see what I mean? They're
Yeah, I
both
do,
against
yeah.
Hector Salamanca. Is that the way it's going to go?
Well, I
Is that
think
why he
when...
starts working? Because he's basically head of security for Los Polosananos,
Yeah,
I
he
think.
is.
in
Absolutely.
Breaking Bad. That's where it
So-
goes.
Do you think Gus does Mike a favour? Do you think he takes Hector out?
Possibly. Or he helps him do it, helps him with
And-
it.
Do you think he already knows what's going on, Gus?
No.
And when he said, because a lot of people have speculated that it was Gus or Gus's henchmen that have said don't.
Yes.
To Mike.
Yes.
Do you think it's
Well,
because
it is.
Gus wants to take care of him
we
for
know
him?
we know it is now because he followed the guy who planted the tracker and he went to Los Polosananos. So it obviously is something to do with Gus. We don't know. You see, if you're just going into Better Call Saul, you've never watched Breaking Bad. First of all, why? Second of all, sorry for the spoilers. But we already know that Gus is not the meter and greeter and the cleaner at the chicken shop.
Yeah.
He owns it. He's the owner of it and also the front to
Exactly.
a drugs running business. So
And that's-
you see,
and
we
do you
know
remember-
that.
Do you remember in Breaking Bad? Obviously, Saul gave Walter White the whole idea. You've got to buy a company to launder money. That's how you do it.
The car wash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's obviously known that through Los Polos, hasn't he? And Mike's connections. So it's going to be very interesting as to where that carries on. I just can't wait to see where it goes. I can't wait to see how Hector gets in the chair and how he gets to the state he does. I think that's going to be blinding.
It's getting good now. It's I suppose as fans as we are, you were a bigger fan than me of Breaking Bad, but this is going now where we want it to go. It's now tying in properly to the story of Breaking Bad.
And like you said, there's the impending Aaron Paul shots. Apparently, he's in it. I've heard.
Walter's
so
brother-in-law. He could be in it.
Who?
Walter's brother-in-law.
Yeah, he could.
Because he was the head of the police, wasn't he? So
yeah,
he could quite easily make an appearance at some point in this, in Better Call Saul.
I can't wait. Do you think there's people watching Better Call Saul that have never seen Breaking Bad?
I'd be surprised.
I would. I'd really be surprised. But then I suppose if you've started and you've not really known, and you don't read about it,
if you're watching this
dip in every now and again,
and you've never seen Breaking Bad, let us know in the comments.
Please tell us.
And then
Did you just stumble across it?
And then go watch it.
You see, Bob Odenkirk's got a lot of fans, hasn't he? He's done a lot of things. Yeah. He's been in loads of different things. He's been a bit of a stand-up comedian. So, yeah, I don't know.
I think it's really unlikely there's going to be many people who haven't watched it. I would have thought.
I agree. And I think the big builds as well, I don't think you're going to understand them, really.
No.
They don't work as well.
No.
Surely.
No.
If you're just coming in off the back of it.
It's unlikely.
So I guess that's where we're going to leave this week's review. Again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to it if you're listening on iTunes. That would be great. Just hit subscribe, leave a review, comment. We love your comments, don't we, Mark?
Oh, I love them. I think it's ace. I love comments.
Because we get right into this, by the way.
Yeah. Well, we're quite new to the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
So, we haven't got many subscribers, which is, whatever, don't make a difference. But we like interacting and find out what other people know, because that's what we do. We just talk about these things all the time. Yeah. So it's great to have other people's opinions and what people think of it. Cool. So subscribe, and it'll mean the world to us. And me and Mark, we'll see you next week. We will. Bye. See you later.
Cuckoos podcast.